Well, hello everyone. There we go. Trying to readjust slightly here. A slightly different direction and movement of everything. Everything's weird with the new normal, right? We all have to live with how things are now. Welcome everyone. It's good to see you in these most trying and difficult times when everyone's kind of acting like the world is ending. Good to see you all. Just scrolling up to see what folks got, or what folks are talking about, rather. Yeah, it's been a weird week, but I got my tea slightly enhanced. That's pretty good. I will not complain about that. Good to see you all. How has the week treated you? What's been new with you? I've had quite a busy week. I should probably put something over in that corner that would be kind of fun. Is there something I could throw? Oh yeah, I should. Hold on. Let's pop out a little haro for over here. There we go. A little fun with that. Keep calm and otaku on. Somebody needs to make a shirt out of that, or a poster or something like that. That's the thing. World cannot end until OnCon next weekend. Here's hoping I don't get another copyright strike in the next week. Not to be negative, but that came to my mind this week. That if a copyright strike shows up, OnCon's going to be quite interesting. And I'm not sure if the new channel is actually set up for live stream. I'm not sure what if there are any restrictions on that. So who knows? Nothing's too crazy out in Roanoke. That's cool. Yeah, we're pretty. Well, I haven't been grocery shopping in a couple of days, but last time I was out there, there were a few shelves that were empty, but it wasn't like oh my gosh, I can't get any frozen food. What is funny is there are a lot of staples, or like long-term staples, and people are buying canned soups and stuff, but all the fresh vegetables are still there. It's like, you're buying all the frozen veggies, but none of the, not all the canned veggies, but none of the fresh veggies. Like maybe go for those, and they'll be fresher and better, instead of all of the canned vegetables that will taste worse. I don't know, just saying. 24 hours before live streaming activities with no restrictions. Okay, cool. And that should be fine. I might actually just like do some testing on that channel then. Just play around. Fresh veggies are gone where you are. Wow. Yeah. Yeah, that's a pro tip. Head to the Asian grocery stores. They tend to be more empty because folks don't go there first. So that's a good option. I might run there tomorrow. Just to get my veggies and such. Fortunately, I'm fairly well stocked in terms of pantry items and frozen items for at least a while. But yeah, but yeah, it's definitely weird. It's funny. I figured I would spend the week catching up on anime, but I haven't really done too much of that. Just kind of adjusting to the new structure with work and all that stuff. I actually had to do some work over the weekend, unfortunately. We're not on lockdown here yet. It might happen, but nothing just yet. We'll see how that goes. I'm not expecting a lockdown to happen, tomorrow. So that's good. And considering the fact that from what I've heard, the situation in China has stabilized. So hopefully, certainly lockdowns can happen and such. Things are still expanding over here, but we're seeing the light at the end of the tunnel, at least. Ken chicken and some ramen. Yep, there we go. I made some chili a couple days ago, so I got that in the fridge. Whole big old pot of chili. Yeah, Doom Eternal came out at a really good time. Everyone's who's into that can watch that or can play that over the next week or two. Great time to slay some demons. But yeah, we will see. So we'll, I'm pretty hopeful. I think folks are starting to relax a little bit. Folks are starting to sort of settle into how things are and saying, "Oh, okay, I can live with this. I can handle that." Oh, glad to hear that, Solid Cumby. Yeah, I'm planning on making more. I'm gonna try to make, trying to get ahead on anime videos for this channel, and then start doing some more DMing videos. If you guys have any suggestions for D&D, that's D&D, Dungeons and Dragons type stuff. If you guys have any suggestions for D&D style videos you'd like me to make, please let me know. Akko, calm down a bit. Okay, relax. Got some udon noodles. That's good to know. Open sales have gone off the charts. Yeah, I'm sure. Um, as someone said, no, I'm not going to go there because it's a little inappropriate humor. It's a little early in the night, but yep. And as we'll see in the news, we've got some more coronavirus related delays and such in anime. Not too surprising. That is the way of things. Having to hold off on new items and new anime that's coming off. Nothing major that I saw, but it is having its impact. I do wonder what this is going to do for this sort of thing in the future. So if we have more illnesses that come out like this, yeah, I'm wondering if we will see more of these global responses, as opposed to just hoping it'll work out. Yep, concerns for the Olympics, definitely. Um, I'd be surprised if it's actually canceled. I think the Olympics will be reduced, but there's so much money poured into the Olympics. It's just really hard to imagine them canceling something of that magnitude. Could be delayed. That's certainly possible. Um, well, Jay, actually, we're going to be doing that at the OnCon. So we'll be doing a D&D session on Friday at OnCon. We'll be doing an anime themed D&D session that's very isekai themed. So looking forward to that. Right, and that's the thing is that it is expected that the flu will abate by the time summer rolls around, especially considering the trajectory of it. Right, that we're starting to get a handle on it now. And the problem is if they delay it, like, um, well, I guess delaying isn't too big of a deal. Delaying could just, they'll recoup some of their money. The con will start at 7 p.m. on Friday, but obviously you can hop in anytime. Got a full schedule up at geekarchaeology.com/oncon, all one word, oncon, ONCON. And the anime room will start early at 5 p.m. with a showing of Otaku no Video. Because I like that idea that every convention should show Otaku no Video at some point. Yes, Solid Combi. The entire thing will be live streamed here on YouTube. So everything will be recorded that we do. Obviously, the anime video room we will not record because that's a problem. But otherwise, that'll be there. Appreciate that, JJ. I know that, and I'm sure there's gonna be a lot of folks coming in and out throughout the con. That is just the reality of things. So for those curious who aren't familiar, last week I decided to launch an anime convention, an online anime convention for next weekend. So this channel and this live stream, in fact, will turn into a weekend-long anime convention with trivia games and online panels, all that kind of stuff. I'll have an anime room going on SciTube. The Discord will have trivia going as well, and a swap meet. We'll do a charity auction on Sunday, and obviously we'll do the weekly dig on Saturday night just as usual. So that'll kind of be folded into the con as a normal part of things. Hoping to have some guests coming in. So we'll see how that goes. So that's an interesting point, Jay. The folks are selling there are a lot of fire sales out there right now. The coronavirus. I might keep that in mind. Of course, I spent a lot of money the past couple of weeks on some projects. Cool. Appreciate that, JJ. I have some friends who said they're definitely gonna try to take part, but don't know. Yeah, virus sale. Yeah, I've had a really busy week. This is actually, so I can show you what I've been working on. So this is the project today. And what that is a frame to hold this that TV over there, that screen. Wow, this camera is hot. Uh-oh. Oh, that's not good. Well, Fark. Hold on. Well, my camera just died. Well, that sucks. There we go. There we go. Just had to reset a few things there. Sorry about that. Camera's still running really hot, which is worrying me a little bit. This camera may not be long for the world, but that is going to be a table. Oh, that's weirdly zoomed in. Can I fix that? Yeah. So the idea is that totally zombie brand. That screen is going to pop into that that frame, and I'll put legs and such on it. It's going to be a mobile DMing D&D table, so I can put maps on the screen. We can move minis around the screen, and then but there's a table all around it, and so it'll have it'll be on casters, so I can move it all around. It should be extendable, so I can add eaves or leaves to the side of it. So that'd be pretty cool. So that's been my initial experiment for today. Playing around with that and building some of that. Hopefully by midweek next week, I will have this more or less assembled. Digital map table. Yep, exactly. So once I saw folks online saying, here's the thing I built. Like I can immediately see in my head how I would build it, and I actually built a prototype there. So yeah, exactly. Yeah, once it's built, I'll definitely do a workshop Wednesday, sort of explaining how I built. I was gonna say breaking down how I built it. That's a weird phrase, but yeah, I'll definitely explain how I put it together. And it's not complicated in the sense that it's not got weird cuts or strange hardware. It's all screws and gluing things together and boards, standard wood boards. It's just kind of fitting it to the to what you're trying to do. So it should be something that folks could build themselves if they want to. I've been playing around with some of the tools as well, and it's really cool what folks can do with it. Folks have posted on YouTube moving digital maps. So it's a map, but it has assets on it like waterfalls and rivers and so forth that actually show flowing water. So you can have that on the screen, and folks can move around on that map, which is pretty cool. This week on how it's made, exactly. So I'll let you know how that goes. But yep. So let's see what else is going on. Moving bookshelf. I love that idea. I don't really have a great spot in here for a moving bookshelf. Could do some stuff, but nothing like really obvious. But I reasoned it out on my own. I looked at various ways folks had built things like this, and that's really I then kind of deconstructed from there because again it's basically a box with a thing on the bottom to hold the screen, and then you add legs on top of that, screw that to one side, and just kind of build it out from there. So again, nothing too amazing. But yeah, I've actually got. See if I can show you this. I did end up doing one thing to kind of make it all make sense for me. Can I screen share? I believe I can. I just need to pull up the thing. So yeah, so this is a quick thing in Blender of the actual table. So I threw this together in Blender to give folks an idea of, or to give myself an idea of how it would come together. So it's just cubes stretched into board shapes, and one big black cube for the screen. And this is not like to scale in this. Well, it's to scale, but it's not like this is going to be exactly this length that I can measure out. It's just to say, okay, I'll need a board here, a board here, a board here. This will need to be as long as that, just to give myself a sense of how that went out. And this is really helpful. And this is something where in Blender you can do pretty easily once you get used to the basic options. And the nice thing is this is also gave me the ability to figure out how I could add leaves onto this, so I can pull out part of it, add a board on top of that will slot in, and do the same thing on the other side, so I can make it bigger. So that's helpful. Yeah, exactly. That's the thing. It's really helpful to just sort of go through the mental exercise of breaking that down. Mm-hmm. Display cabinet. That's a good idea too. Um, um, well, and I'm not talented either. Like I'm not particularly skilled at this thing. I just started building things, and I think it's all skill in the sense of, you got to start somewhere and just get better at it. I don't think I don't think there's a lot of talent, you know. But you got to figure things. Do y'all hear that? Wow, everything decided to be to stop working all of a sudden. Like the camera decided suddenly it doesn't understand who I am. It can't even see me at all. Let me change focus again. Gosh. Focus. Okay. There we go. All right, I think we're kind of sort of ready to go. There we are. Okay. Ah. All right. Is my audio still off? Anyone else having issues with audio? Any other audio issues? I'll continue to talk here. Mic check, mic check, mic check. Checking for any audio issues there. Everyone else is having fine audio. All right, Akko, is this another troll here? Are you joking or something? I don't know. I don't get it. Okay. Let's get this going. Whoa, hold on. Yeah, like I said, everything decided to not work. Gah. Alrighty. Hopefully this will work. One sec. Okay. There we go. Good evening and welcome to the latest anime news for the week ending March 21st, 2020. Things may be pretty quiet out in the real world, but the world of anime news is getting back into the swing of things this week with lots of new anime announcements. So let's get right to that, shall we? First up, the one-shot manga Burn the Witch from Bleach creator Tite Kubo is inspiring an anime film. The mid-length theatrical film, which probably means like hour and 15 minutes, is set to debut this fall. The one-shot chapter takes place in the same world as the Bleach manga and centers on witches working in Reverse London's Natural Dragon Management Agency, as you do. They work to promote coexistence between supernatural creatures and the humans who can see them, but of course sometimes must undergo missions to exterminate evil creatures as well. Sounds like a pretty normal day at the office to me. The chapter was published by Shueisha in July of 2018 and released in English by Viz Media at the same time. Kubo also plans to turn the one-shot into a full serialization, so presumably this is sort of a kickoff for that whole thing. There we are. Next, Kadokawa's Kimirano light novel website held a live stream event this week to celebrate its first anniversary and announced 2 new anime projects based on their light novels. First up is Combatants Will Be Dispatched, written by the creator of Konosuba, Natsume Akatsuki. The comedy story centers around Number 6, a combatant for the self-proclaimed evil organization Kisaragi Secret Society. He and his partner are dispatched to investigate a new alien world to plan their interstellar invasion, but find a fantasy world there instead. Kadokawa began publishing the novels in 2017 and published the fifth novel in January. The novels also inspired a manga adaptation, which debuted in March 2018. So if you're looking for more fun fantasy hijinks with a bit of a sci-fi twist, keep an eye out for this one, and that is coming soon. Excuse me. The second anime announced from Kadokawa this week is an adaptation of battle sci-fi light novel series 86. These novels also began publication under Kadokawa in 2017, with the eighth volume coming out in May. Yen Press published the novels in English and describes the story thusly. Get ready for this. Quote, the Republic of San Magnolia has been attacked by its neighbor, the Empire. Outside the 85 districts of the Republic, there is the non-existent 86th district, where young men and women continue to fight. Sheen directs the actions of young suicide bombers, while Lena is a curator who commands a detachment from a remote rear. The story of the tragic struggle between these two begins, end quote. Yes, the story does focus on child soldiers fighting for a country committing racial genocide, so this is not a cheery tale. If you're into serious stories, though, this one has been very well reviewed. The series won the grand prize in the 23rd Dengeki Novel Prize competition in 2016, which is the most prestigious award for unpublished light novel authors. After its publication, it ranked second in the 2018 edition of the This Light Novel is Amazing guidebook and ranked fifth in the 2019 edition. So serious stuff, but it sounds like it's definitely, up there. Back to lighter subject matter, an isekai with another twist, this time in boys' love form. Publisher Shueisha announced on Wednesday that ITKZ's The Titan's Bride boys' love manga is inspiring an anime adaptation. In this story, high school basketball player Koichi gets whisked away to another world while enjoying some alone time. When he arrives, he finds himself in a land of giants where the kingdom's prince asks Koichi to be his bride and to bear him an heir? Either this guy is very confused or things work very differently in fantasy giant kingdoms. Also, it's boys' love. The manga is published digitally under Shueisha's Screamo label. Yes, a boys' love label named Screamo. And its first compiled volume just shipped this week. Have you ever seen that video of a band of colorful cats playing an annoyingly catchy but adorable tune? Those squishy kitties are from the Michiri Neko franchise, and their follow-up Puppy Friends are now getting an anime of their own. The new Michiri Wanko anime will premiere on April 1st and will air on TV Tokyo's children programming block. Michiri means packed or sticking together, which describes these dogs' love of gathering together as a group. Aww, looks cute. The official Twitter account of Yuki Kikuchi's manga 100 Nichigo ni Shinuwani, or The Crocodile Who Dies in 100 Days, revealed on Friday that the series is getting an anime film adaptation. The manga follows the everyday life of a crocodile who is unaware that he's gonna die in 100 days, so he just spends ordinary days with his animal companions, just hanging out. Kikuchi launched the manga on Twitter on December 12th, and the 100th and final chapter debuted on Friday, so it lives up to its name. Shogakukan will be publishing a compiled book volume of the manga on April 8th, which will include an original 28-page sequel story. How does that work? Hopefully, that sequel still takes place within the 100 days, I guess. I don't know. Our last piece of anime series news is actually an update to a series that was already announced, but it's a pretty interesting change or announcement. Manga creator Mari Yamazaki posted on Twitter on Thursday that the anime adaptation of her Olympia Kiklos manga will be a clay animation. Now, claymation does seem fitting for the storyline, which tells of an ancient Greek king who was transported to the Tokyo 1964 Olympics. This year is, of course, an Olympic year and will be the second time the Summer Olympics are held in Tokyo. That's an interesting way of doing it. The series of clay animated anime shorts will air on Tokyo MX on April 20th and will also stream online. I haven't seen a lot of clay animation recently, so curious how that'll work out. The cancellations and quarantines continue in the wake of the coronavirus outbreak, and that brings a few more anime and manga related announcements as well. So buckle in, here we go. Firstly, Funimation announced on Wednesday that it has temporarily paused its production of its seasonal simuldubs for anime. It's adjusting its simuldub production to allow for production members to work from home. Simuldubs from the current and upcoming seasons are currently paused, including titles like Bofuri, Toilet Bound Hanako-kun, and My Hero Academia. Sorry, everyone. English subtitle releases will still continue as normal because presumably that can all be done at home. More anime and manga series and companies have continued to release their content for free for the next few weeks. The most notable of this week's announcement being KyoAni. As a part of the Spring Vacation Youth Anime Special to be held on Nico Nico Dogo's Anime Special channel, 17 Kyoto Animation titles will be streamed for free from March 16th to March 31st. That's 17 titles. The Melancholy of Haruhi Suzumiya will be available for on-demand streaming for the rest of the month, while the other titles will only be streamed on certain days. So, good chance to catch up on Haruhi. This next announcement is for all you fans of the tokusatsu genre, or those who've wanted to get into it but haven't yet. Get this, Toei announced this week that it is preparing to launch a global YouTube channel for its tokusatsu and anime catalog. Yes, global channel. It will launch on April 6th and will update every day with new episodes from its catalog, which include entries from the Kamen Rider and Super Sentai franchises. The first two episodes of 70 different shows, that's 70, will debut on April 6th with English subtitles. Anime included in the release will include Mirai Robo Daltanios, Combattler V, Voltes V, and Daimos. Toei said that for now, subsequent episodes will not have English subtitles, but the service does plan to make, quote, a public call for subtitles in any language, end quote. Shout Factory has also started a new linear streaming channel dedicated to tokusatsu titles. That's tough to say, called, and I love this, Tokushoutsu, great name, which launched on Pluto TV on Tuesday. Now, this next news story brings up the age-old question of how much the law should try to dictate someone's daily life, or at least someone's parenting style. The Kagawa Prefecture Assembly passed an ordinance this week designed to combat video game addiction in kids. The non-binding guidelines will restrict children under the age of 18 to only 60 minutes of video game playing or smartphone usage per weekday and 90 minutes on weekends. It also forbids children under 18 from being on their electronics past 10 p.m. and children under 12 after 9 p.m. The prefecture, of course, has no plans to punish households who don't comply and asks that households follow the guidelines at their own discretion. The ordinance also requests that game companies refrain from making games that could encourage addictive or gambling behaviors, such as microtransactions and chance-based gacha systems. The government will also provide information and support for parents and schools regarding measures for combating video game addiction. Granted, I think a lot of this is really more to address the issue and to set out some guidelines, but who knows. The issue was posed for public comment earlier in the year, and most of the public comments were in favor of the ordinance, in fairness. Businesses, however, were mostly opposed to it, surprisingly, with 67 out of 71 businesses that commented expressing disapproval. No big shock there. Now, we've been seeing lots of Demon Slayer ever since its debut, and that doesn't seem to be stopping anytime soon. This week brings two announcements of the franchise branching out into video games. Aniplex will be publishing two Demon Slayer video games, one for PlayStation 4, and one for mobile. The smartphone game, subtitled Blood Stench Blade Royale, is described as an asymmetrical survival action game where players will pit teams of demons and demon slayers against each other in various settings from the story. The PlayStation game, on the other hand, will let players engage in demon-killing competitive action, presumably playing as main character Tanjiro. The PlayStation game will release in 2021, and the mobile game will debut sometime this year, so if you're looking for some more hands-on demon-slaying action, keep an eye out. What's interesting there is the PlayStation 5 should be out by then. So, Finally, using people's favorite entertainment to help them learn new information is always a good strategy. And the Do You Love Your Mom and Her Two-Hit Multi-Target Attacks series is getting ready to do just that of all the franchises. An English study book designed for students taking their junior high-level English courses will feature lovable mom Mamako and other characters from the series. The characters will help explain conversational English and grammar using everyday phrases like, for example, you must adventure with your parents, and my mother can defeat monsters in an instant. Not sure how useful those exact phrases will be, but they'll at least help teach grammar? Maybe? Customers that purchase the Let's Study English with Your Mom guidebook will also be able to download bonus audio recordings by Mamako voice actress Ai Kayano, including a review quiz. I don't know, maybe they'll start making Japanese learning books like this too. I mean, who doesn't want their waifu or their mom waifu, whatever, to help them study, right? This isn't creepy at all. That's all the news for this week. Thanks for watching. So, that's that. Switching back over. To be clear, this the video game thing is not a law. It's not a law. It is a guideline set forth by a prefecture saying we recommend people do this. It's saying, here's what the prefecture has laid out as what people should do, but there's nothing like legally binding as far as I can tell. Yes, I did see the trailer for the new Higurashi anime adaptation, which looks fantastic to my eyes. Really loved the character designs in that, how they tweak the character designs to look young and pretty and wonderful and moe and it's so great. I'm really looking forward to that. I really liked how also the trailer is very happy, upbeat until the end, and there's like a post-credit sequence where it's like, oh yeah, that's Higurashi right there. Oh yeah, there we go. But yeah, so it's like, yep, good. Like that's exactly what I look for in Higurashi. For what it's worth, I've never been into Higurashi. I appreciate it from a distance, but it's not, it's not a franchise that's really appealed to me. So I'm speaking out of ignorance, which is one of those. That's good. Yeah, you're right. It is actually the Monty Python sketch. So basically, the Monty Python sketch is there's a tobacconist, which is a thing that used to exist. Basically, think like a drugstore, but they specialized in tobacco and cigarettes and such. But they would have other things there. And somebody with a European accent comes in and says, "Hello," and he has a guidebook and he says, "My hovercraft is full of eels. My hovercraft is full of eels." And, every phrase he says is a complete nonsense. And it turns out the phrase book was written as a joke. Can't describe too much more of that sketch because it gets a little raunchy. But that's the thing. Yeah, I think the Higurashi thing is a remake. I don't know, but just looking at the visuals and such, it looks like a remake, which is good. It's been a while. Higarashi's been, I don't want to say dormant, but that stuff came out a while ago, and it's kind of, it would be time for a bit of a refresh, and folks coming back into that. Um, yeah, so we'll see. Um, and I'll be honest with Higurashi, it was the art style, like that old, was it Ryukishi 07 art style is like, that's rough. And I recognize that the quality is there and the writing and so forth and so on, and that he knows he's not a good artist. That kind of turned me away. And also, I'm not really big into you will come to love and enjoy these characters, and then they will stab each other to death concept. Like, that doesn't really appeal to me. And that's not a spoiler. I'm just saying, I think everyone knows that Higurashi is a series of moe characters, and then very bad things happen. Um, but yeah, that kind of thing just usually doesn't really do much for me. Nothing against it, just one of those things. Um, Burn the Witch trailer, cool. Yeah, a lot of shows are seeing some second season work now. Folks are really pushing that. Um, I think we've actually reached a point where the anime industry isn't just churning out new content constantly. It's actually nice to see that series that are not massive, massive, massive otaku successes can get second seasons, third seasons, and keep going. Um, I'm looking forward to Ascendance of a Bookworm season two, for example. I think that's good. Yeah, in my opinion, Jay, anything can be done well, right? I don't think there's any like fundamental concept that I think can't um, can't be made into an interesting anime. Well, I'm still employed, but we are working from home. We've been working from home since, gosh, week and a half ago, basically. So yeah, we are under quarantine from work. Actually, our building got closed down. We had a coronavirus victim in the, or not victim. What is the term? Um, Patient in the building, so it got locked. Sad. Does anime suffer from sequelitis? I don't think so. Certainly not recently. I'd say back in the 80s and 90s, yeah, there was a lot of franchises that just got, okay, here's another, you know, Saber Marionette series, Steel Angel Kurumi got a second season. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that got, Bubblegum Crisis, and the Bubblegum Crisis was a big deal, but a lot of stuff got churned out. Not that it was all bad, but that it was, that was definitely the model back then. And I think we kind of, I don't say not overcorrected, but I think we went in the other direction in the 2000s and 2010s when nobody had money, right? And it was just really hard to find something that would get that unless it was a huge success. So, certain Magical Index, certain Scientific Railgun, those got sequels. But generally speaking, you got your one shot, more or less. So I don't see too much of that going. Yeah, I'm starting to miss going to work. Starting to miss going outside. I'm a very, as you guys know, I'm a very introverted person. But it is a little weird. So I've been trying to go out every day, even if it's just to walk across the street and back, just to kind of get out and get out of my head. Um, yeah, yeah, and I think Interspecies Reviewers has got its chance. And granted, I think I think they're adapting everything there is to adapt in that anime. I think where it's, even if we acknowledge that as a series, it would be nice to have some stuff. Um, I don't think it needs a second season of all things. Yeah. Wouldn't that be funny though if that got like 4 seasons? Like Interspecies Reviewers was for some reason they just kept on making more of that. Kind of weird. I do think I found the episode that explains why Funimation chickened out. Um, I was like, yep, I think that's the one, personally. But that was definitely the news. But folks picked it up. I mean, that is a series that's airing in Japan. Like folks aren't, it's found its new homes and it's certainly out there on the fan subs. So, whatever. Yeah, I think Interspecies Reviewers was very much on the edge. I'm glad Funimation decided to try it out. And like I said, I understand their decision to turn away from it. But it is definitely one of those. Okay, let's see how far we can go with the show. Yeah, Interspecies Reviewers is not etchy though. It is well beyond etchy. You know, comparing Interspecies Reviewers to um, uh, Cat Planet Cuties is there. Those are not similar things. Have I seen the Bebop movie? Yes, I have. Some friends of mine and I were staying late at a church after a function, and he knew how to work the AV system. So he hooked up a giant screen, and we watched Cowboy Bebop the movie. It was like three of us in a giant auditorium watching the Bebop movie. That was really cool. Akko, yes, it does. That is exactly what Interspecies Reviewers does do. That is precisely what that show shows. So, yeah, that was a great experience. Because Bebop, I don't think was in theaters in America. Was it? Maybe like for one night. No, we're talking about the anime movie, Knock on Heaven's Door. I certainly never saw it in theaters. I never did get a chance to do that. But Akko, when I just decide to address a viewer, I'm just addressing somebody. It's not a glitch. Do it all the time. Um, yeah, yeah. Yeah, no, there is no live action Cowboy Bebop movie. Although I'm sure there are sci-fi movies that are in that genre. That'd be an interesting thing. I wonder if there are any sci-fi movies sort of in that tone of Bebop. I don't know. Trying to think of anything that's like really. I don't know. Obviously, nothing's going to be like okay, this that's Faye, but sort of a sci-fi anime heist esque movies. I don't know. Um, yes, there is an injury. There was an injury on set of the live action Cowboy Bebop series. There's a Netflix series of Bebop. Okay, Akko, you're just trolling now. One second. There we go. Yes, we are SciTubing tonight with Fatal Fury, the movie. I'm gonna give it a try. We're gonna see how that Fury movie is. I might also play around with the streams for next week. Just play around with a few things. Good slice of life anime to watch when you're stuck at home, or just generally lighthearted fare. Good question. Non Biori is the classic answer to that. I would also recommend. I mean, Quiet Country Cafe is one of my favorite slice of life, although it's sort of sci-fi post-apocalyptic slice of life. So, I have a review coming up this week of Windy Tales, which is a very slice of life, very classically slice of life anime. Very weird, sort of visually sort of experimental art style. Windy Tales is, and it's by Production IG, but it's very much just a couple of junior high school girls and their lives. There's a fantastical aspect to it. But yeah, that is very much slice of life. What else in terms of slice of life stuff? Lucky Star, I always enjoy, just for being. Again, it's kind of. Oh, it came out this week. Okay, I apologize. I thought it was next week. Oopsie. Getting my times all messed up. What else? But yeah, Lucky Star is, obviously it's a comedy, but it's definitely more slice of life. Let's see. Yes, Ichigo Mashimaru, Strawberry Marshmallow. That is one of the classic slice of life, cute little girls doing cute little things kind of a show. Asobi Asobase, which I watched like the first half of and really enjoyed, and for some reason put down, didn't finish out. I don't know. Romantic yet lighthearted anime to watch that isn't all too common. I don't know what's common. I've never been able to follow the trends well enough. Every time I try to do that, folks are like, "Oh, but everyone's watched that." I'm like, "Oh, okay, I didn't know that." I can never tell. Always my go-to recommendation for romance is His and Her Circumstances. Definitely lighthearted, definitely goofy. The anime where you can watch Hideaki Anno unwind from Evangelion. Yeah, Kimagure Orange Road, if you can get over the main character being an absolute a-hole. That's just me. You know what I think it's time for? I think it's time for a giveaway. I think it is time for that. Let's go ahead and pull that up. Yeah, yeah, that protagonist is just was a thing for me. All right, let's go ahead and nope, that's not it. Nope, that's not it. That's not it. Did I move things around? I must have. Interesting. Oops, I don't want snow. I have snow on here. We can. You want to have snow? Ooh. Don't know why that's here. That's odd. Well, we'll just have to do it differently. Images. Where's my giveaway thing? I can't find it. This is annoying. So, oh, there it is. Cool. There we are. Boom. Oh, not quite right. There we are. Let's kill the snow. All right. I have not watched Black Heaven. I have heard of Black Heaven, and I've heard good things about it. Yeah, that's the middle-aged rock guy one. Spin, you can always ask me a question. All right, I'm gonna go. Meanwhile, I'm gonna go ahead and roll the die of genres. I am giving away, just so everyone knows, Boogie Pop Phantom. Dong. This is the original Boogie Pop Phantom anime series. Very weird psychological anime. I believe this should be required viewing in every high school in the world because it is about how teenagers view the world. What's nice is it also comes with the live-action movie, which is sort of a prequel to the anime series and kind of explains a lot of what's going on in the anime series. It is the missing link in Boogie Pop Phantom. So if you're looking for something weird and psychological and experimental, this is very much up your alley. I'm going to go ahead and roll the die. I have got a genre, so go ahead and guess what genre I rolled, and whatever you guess, whatever you got, that person will win this copy of Boogie Pop Phantom. No guesses yet. No one's got it yet. Keep on guessing. Nope. I always assume that somebody's going to get it like right off, and it never happens. No one's got it. Nope. Game Escape, well done. Hopefully this isn't going to kick out. Martial arts is our genre. Kind of hard to see. That is definitely martial arts. Well done. Game Escape. Please go ahead and DM me your mailing address, and I will shoot you this copy of Boogie Pop Phantom. Congratulations. This is an anime series that I personally love and have really enjoyed. It is. I was actually been rewatching some of it on somebody else's stream, and yeah, it holds up. It is a very remarkable anime series. Now it's from like around the year 2000, so animation budget is low, but they do a lot with that. It's really cool. So congratulations, Game Escape. So that's that. What else did we want to do? Oh yeah, anime history. There is some anime history this week. Oh gosh, things are. So, it's another week in the history of anime, and this week in the history of anime, Toonami first premiered, but it's not the Toonami you may remember. This is the 1997 premiere of the original Toonami, and I have that misspelled down there, I just realized. The one with Moltar, the old character from the Hanna-Barbera cartoons. This was the first rendition of Toonami where it was an action block. It was, I believe, only 2 hours long, and it was basically just another one of the many experiments that Cartoon Network was trying out to just gather together their content in one spot. So it was just action cartoons, and there was like Johnny Quest in there. There was I think like the Inhumanoids and some there was Western cartoons in there as well. It was not anime only, but this was the beginning, and it was popular enough as time went on that they realized, oh, this is a thing we could do, and we could have this action animation block, and they started focusing in on some of that action animation and eventually built Toonami as it is now remembered and loved. And Toonami, is absolutely a really important part of anime history over in America. This is also, this week, although a little bit earlier in history, the birthday of Yoko Kanno on March 18th. Back in 1963, Yoko Kanno was born. So yes, you can work out the age there. Kanno being one of the, if not the most well-respected composer in anime. There's a couple of other people up there in that firmament, but Yoko Kanno, very just very impressive. Her range of anime works. Worked on everything from Escaflowne to Cowboy Bebop, Turn A Gundam, a whole variety of anime series, Wolf's Rain. and known for doing for combining a lot of different genres in her work. She could do jazz, classical, opera, sort of traditional kind of orchestral work. She could do pretty much anything. You know, Ghost in the Shell, standalone complex. She did the music for that too. So there's a lot of like techno-esque music in there as well. Huge range and all of it quality. So happy birthday, slightly belated Yoko Kanno. She has sadly kind of moved out of the anime industry to bigger and brighter things. In case you haven't seen her work recently, it's because her most recent work was a composition, the official composition, celebrating the inauguration of the new Emperor of Japan. That's right. That's what she wrote. And you can go online and see Yoko Kanno conducting an orchestra for her original composition with the Emperor of Japan. She's pretty good. All right. Hopefully that's useful. Herculoids. That's right. I think Herculoids was one of them. Absolutely. Boogie Pop is freaky. Oops, I got the wrong thing. There we go. Boogie Pop is intentionally freaky. JJ, maybe we should sit down and watch it together. I can guide you through, be your guide through Boogie Pop. Yeah, Yoko is very impressive. I will tell a story. I don't know how true this is. I've probably said it on stream before. At one point, Shinichiro Watanabe was asked about the characters in Cowboy Bebop and where they all came from. And he said, well, I will tell you this. We designed Ed such that if you ever meet Yoko Kanno, as you are shaking her hand, you will think to yourself in your head, oh my God, it's Ed. And from what I've seen of Yoko Kanno, that is accurate. She is basically Ed incarnate. But yeah, so Boogie Pop is weird. Art house horror is an excellent description of it. It's based on a very popular series of light novels that are sort of fantastical horror. Well, they're more sort of Twilight Zone kind of stories, although they're all set in the modern day, in which certain fantastical things are happening. There's sort of a conspiracy behind the scenes, and various folks have various powers. And so you're seeing different people who intersect with that sort of backstory and those various groups. So think of it kind of like, think if somebody wrote a series of novels set in the Marvel universe, but where none of the main characters are actual superheroes. Instead, they intersect with the lives of superheroes. It's that kind of a feel to it, if you will. But yeah, it's very interesting universe, Boogie Pop is. And then the anime series was intended to be visually and stylistically unusual, to really feel like it is a work of horror. So the visuals are very different. As if you've seen any screenshots, you know Boogie Pop Phantom looks very different. The use of audio and how things are sort of mixed in that audio is very interesting. So to give you an idea, they very deliberately, when you hear somebody's sort of mental thoughts, what they're thinking, they didn't process that at all. There's no echo. There's no difference, audially between somebody's thoughts versus what they're saying, and that's intentional. So if you see somebody from behind their heads and you hear a line of dialogue from them, you're not sure if they said that out loud. And you're supposed to kind of wonder and figure out from context and kind of, think about, well, what if they said that out loud? Like, what would that mean? So it's that kind of series. Cool. Yeah. How impressed were you when you initially watched Boogie Pop? Incredibly impressed. Boogie Pop is just... It is very... As one of the people who worked on the English side said, I have never seen an anime series as deliberate as Boogie Pop Phantom. How characters are arranged on screen has meaning. The fact that you see this character and then that character, the fact that oh, there's a butterfly going across. That has meaning because of what butterflies mean. Like it's that kind of a show. Um, yeah, so the 2018 series is a more straight adaptation of the original light novels. So it is, let's just adapt that like it's an anime series. It is not as stylistically, distinct, but it is also it adapts much more material and in many ways does it more closely to the original light novels. So you will get the actual a lot of the backstory. So like that movie that came out is incorporated into the storyline of the 2018 series. So you actually know all that backstory. You know what happened. So like I respect the 2018 version. Also, it has a higher budget. So a lot of the sequences that just they did the best they could with what they had, and they came out with something that is visually, even for those action sequences, you're like, no, okay, like that's interesting. Like I was entertained by that. The 2018 version, in contrast, has some just gorgeously, done sequences, so it kind of comes across better in that way. So I totally understand dropping it. I dropped it too, but although I wanted to kind of wait till it came back, wait till it finished out. But yeah. Anime that is like working like a resort or a hotel. Already seen Kaoyuri and Spirited Away. Well, Hanasaku Iroha would be the obvious choice there. Because that is precisely about working in a hotel. Traditional Japanese inn. So yeah, JJ is jumping right on that one. Yeah, I mean, that's the one that I would definitely recommend. Can't think of anything else that's really about that, actually. Some that are set in a hotel. There was one from a couple of years ago, like 1 or 2 years ago. It's a shonen series about a guy who was kind of trapped in a hotel in a bath with the spirit of a teenage girl, and so it has kind of an ecchi vibe, that kind of thing. Can't remember what it's called. Well, yeah, there's not many others like that. There's a bathhouse like in Tenchi Muyo, like they construct a bathhouse in their house. It's strange interdimensional stuff, bigger on the inside. So there are scenes there, traditional. Oh, Love Hina. Love Hina's set in a bathhouse, right? I don't think there's anything. I don't think there's anything like about working at a bathhouse there. I don't think that. I think that's kind of more incidental and more excuse to see the girls naked. But it's not really about working at a bathhouse, as far as I know. And then there's Maison Ikoku, which is it's an apartment complex, so it's not really a hotel. But the main character is in love with a young woman who basically manages a small apartment complex. So it's that kind of idea, right? So hospitality industry, but not like hotel. Oh, you're liking Id Invaded. Cool. I have not gotten a chance to get back to that yet. Looking forward to doing so. Oh, great point, Wong Lee. Nia Under 7. You're absolutely right. Nia is a series in which the main character lives and works at a bathhouse. Although that's, again, like doesn't come up a lot. She doesn't spend a lot of time in the anime series doing that, but she lives right above the bathhouse. In fact, I think the only bathhouse scene is episode 2. And even there you don't see anything. It's very it's like this is when the creators of Lane into a bathhouse scene. Like there's nothing sexy about this. But yeah, you're right, Nia, absolutely. Yeah, yeah, that's annoying me. If I see the title, I'll remember it, but it's I don't know. It was a apologies to all the staff involved, but it was a kind of forgettable anime. Hot-blooded teen boy shonen protagonist, and stumbles on this girl who is all you stumble we ran into each other and you pawed my breast kind of thing. Isekai about an otaku transported into another world? Seems like there must be. Seems like there must be. But I can't think of one off the top of my head. It's possible just a little too on your nose, right? On the nose. But yeah, that's annoying. Right? Yeah, he was gonna banish her, but he didn't. All that. Hey, Seth, good to see you. All right. Anything else before we jump over to the anime club? Because I've been doing a lot of making today. Been flexing those muscles, building stuff, and kind of ready to pop some popcorn and watch a cheesy fighting game movie. Yoragi-san no Yuna-san. Yeah, it's like Yuna and the Haunted Hot Springs, I think. Um, do. Yeah, Yuna and the Haunted Hot Springs. That's what I'm thinking of. But that's again that's a shonen character. It's not really otaku. Um, Food Wars by Isekai. Yeah. Oh really? Magic Knight. All right, there we go. Dang. It would be kind of fun to see an otaku who goes into a new world, um, and is kind of looking for the tropes but can't find any. Like it's a fantasy world. Like there's no magic. There are no hot anime babes. There's none of the tropes are there. It's just you know merchants and peasants. And it's like where's the giant wars? Where's the cute maid who's going to be bonded to me forever? I don't know what's going on here. Um, that'd be kind of fun. I did come across there's a manga which I think is getting an anime adaptation. Yeah, he's not quite an otaku. Mushoku Tensei. So sort of a main character is a fat loser, a neat. So not like technically an otaku, but definitely kind of has that concept. And he never accomplished anything in his life. Goes outside and ends up protecting a girl, and in doing so dies and is reborn into a new world. And it's sort of about his adventures. It's a little creepy because he has fetishes. Yeah, and like he doesn't act on them, but they're definitely there. And the thing is, like in the first volume, he's like 7 years old. So it's like a little bit. Yeah, exactly. He just sad real life stuff, and then he dies of dysentery. Like there's nothing, none of the tropes. So Weathering with You, spin to win. Third favorite Shinkai film? Yep, I hear that. I enjoyed Weathering with You, but then again, I haven't seen a lot of other Shinkai films recently. I should probably go back and watch them because I don't remember very well. I honestly found the sci-fi one, Place Promised. Well, I guess anyway, Place Promised I found to be pretty slow and dull, but whatever. Oregon Trail Isekai, exactly. I enjoyed Place Promise, but it was I would rate them kind of similarly to Weathering with You. But I found there were other Shinkai films that I thought had a bigger punch than Weathering with You. But on the other hand, Weathering with You is definitely much more skilled. Like it's much. There's so many more things put together into Weathering with You. So. Mm. And Shinkai films tend to do that. His stuff tends to drag, especially in the middle. I'd forgotten that when I watched Weathering with You. It's like, oh yeah, that is his thing. There was something else I wanted to bring up. Okay, so on con next weekend, Anytime you guys can drop by, would appreciate having you here. I've got a schedule drafted up. Obviously, it'll change a little bit. Let me just pull up the schedule and see if I can mention anything remarkable. So, Friday night, I'll do sort of opening ceremonies. We'll talk about anime in general. I'll do a trivia game. I'll be doing giveaways all throughout the week, probably of more anime DVDs, possibly some anime cells. We'll see. We'll do a no cooking shared cooking challenge. So we'll be cooking together Friday night, and then I'll be doing a D&D session with some lucky folks Friday night, starting at 9 p.m. Eastern. Then Saturday morning, starting at 9 a.m. Over on SciTube, we're gonna show some Saturday morning cartoons, anime style. So we'll be showing, what have we got over there? Beast King Go Lion, the origin for Voltron, Swiss Family Robinson anime, all sorts of fun stuff there. Then we'll be doing some trivia, we're talking a cooking challenge for lunch. We're doing panels throughout the afternoon, and a game show. At 5 p.m. we'll watch Do You Remember Love, the Macross movie on SciTube. Should be fun. We'll do some group world building exercises later on in the day. The weekly dig, obviously, Saturday at 9 p.m. And then Sunday, more anime, more trivia, more panels, a cosplay showcase at 2:45 p.m. So Kaminoko in the chat room, you may have seen her here and there, has volunteered to put together a cosplay showcase Sunday afternoon. It'll be a pre-recorded video. Folks will send in their cosplay videos. We'll watch that. That should be fun. And then 3 p.m. we'll have a charity auction. I will be selling off some stuff from my own collection. And if anyone wants to donate, please let me know. And all proceeds will go to the WHO COVID-19 Solidarity Response Fund. And then we will close out at 4 p.m. on Sunday. So I hope you guys can join us at some point. And we'll see how that goes. And should be fun. A lot of stuff planned. So hope to see you all there. I think that'll do it for us for tonight. We'll switch over to the SciTube here in a few minutes. As always, it's been a great conversation. Thank you all for joining. Hope this has been useful. And next weekend we should have a big old online con. Hopefully that will keep folks going during the social distancing and COVID-19 and all that kind of stuff. So thank you all so much. Let me drop the SciTube URL in the chat in case anyone wants to join us there. Always good to have that, the reminder there. Let me just paste that in there. There we go. Thank you all so much. I will see you all on SciTube. Have a great time. Till next time, watch more anime.